Hello, everybody. We are live now for the Thomas Essomba versus Charlie Edwards. It's the EBU Bantamweight Championship, and of course, I've got Jay's Fight Talk with me. How are we, mate?
Yes, boss. I'm all good. You?
Yeah, man, all good. Looking forward to it. I love these Channel 5 cards, mate. I do love a good Friday night Channel 5 job.
There was a decent scrap earlier on for the females. I want to say super bantam or bantamweight scrap. It was a little bit scrappy, but it was a good as far as matchups, Commonwealth matchups go. Tom Weller stopped his opponent in the second round. Tough.
Yeah, just saw that. Saw that.
Exceptional for a 20-year-old.
He looks a talent. I've seen him on a few of these cards actually, but I don't remember a Friday of boxing that's had as many fights on. You got two over here, two in the States.
It's I don't. Is it piss poor planning or they're just trying to overload us? Because
it's a bit. Here's Liam.
It's bottleneck.
Enjoy, mate.
Yes, big man.
Sorry, mate. Carry on.
I was just saying, it's certainly on UK TV. It's sort of bottlenecked. So, like, I've got DAZN on in the kitchen, and I'm watching Channel 5 now, obviously with you, recording in kitchen. It's just, they've not timed it well. I don't think.
I know what you mean.
Fights that are on at a similar time as well. Yes, Pat, how we doing?
Evening, Pat. How are we, my friend? Let us know your predictions. For me personally, I think Charlie will box his way to a decision, but
you'd expect Charlie to win, certainly on points.
If he's got any ambitions left at world level or whatever it is, he's going to have to get through this one. Essomba's lost 8 times, but, he's lost to Lee McGregor and Sonny Edwards and Jay Harris and people like that. So he has lost to some decent opposition, but
I'm going to call Charlie Edwards to get pulled out late with an injury. Random.
You reckon?
Yeah. I just think he looks old. I know he's not.
Do you know what? He hasn't been active or anything like that either, has he?
He looks old, and is Sonny making that much money off his percentage from Essomba to fight his brother at York Hall for the European title? Do you understand what I'm saying? Is it that money just sling one of his guys in there to get butchered by his brother? He's obviously seen something, or is it a bigger picture? Are they going to fight? I've always said they'll fight eventually.
Yeah, well, it's build family feud, isn't it? So that's kind of how they're selling the.
And unfortunately, Essomba's going to get a decent payday for being a pawn in the. Will Charlie call his brother out after this? I know his brother's got a fight already, but
Well, to be fair, Goliath fight's got to come out without any cuts or anything like that as well. You have to remember, I think it could be a bit silly that taking that tune-up fight, but
I think so. Yeah, so close.
Like Sonny's fit.
I called it about an hour ago, brother.
Yeah, I don't know what Sonny's doing there.
It's more Doris from Milton Keynes than Sonny from the block, isn't it? It's horrendous. It's not even cut right. That is a woman's coat, Sonny. I'm sorry, brother. I know. I'm feeling the fur, and if I had the confidence to wear one, I'd do it myself. I haven't. I won't. It is not. It is. My nan's got shit like that in her wardrobe, mate. That's a woman's coat. I'm telling you. He's gone to Zara for that.
I love it. So 13-8 is Thomas Essomba's record as it gets brought up in front of me here. So
as you said earlier, he has only lost to sort of decent level domestic fighters, yeah? And let's not forget that as good as Charlie Edwards was and potentially is, amateur and professional, Essomba is one of Cameroon's most decorated amateur boxers. The kid can box. I think he's done multiple world championships, Olympics. Pretty sure he's medalled at Commonwealths. I don't know if he's medalled at the Olympics, but I know he's certainly represented Cameroon. Is it Cameroon? Is Cameroon or Congo? If someone will let me know. I'm sure it is definitely one of those two. His boxing skills can't be taken for granted. If Charlie's not on it here, he'll come unstuck.
He's European champ now as well. People need to remember, you could get that extra 10%.
You don't get that in a cornflake box, do you?
100%. But the first bell's just gone anyway. Not that we can hear it, but anyway, they're boxing and they're underweight.
Charlie's gone straight over and tried to take the centre. Essomba boxes he's boxing as he always does. He sort of leans heavy on his back leg, ready to pull away. I'm interested to see
who's got the power advantage, AJ, in the fight.
You'd think Charlie Edwards, but Essomba hits hard all the time, if that makes any sense. Charlie Edwards, decent crack on him when he puts something in it. Essomba's pretty heavy-handed. Anyway, just, his jab's pretty solid. Charlie Edwards has to throw his jab with a lot because when he just pours it out, it's not that.
So Essomba's going to fight in the back foot then, judging by what we can see here. Charlie's looking quite imposing in the middle of the ring. 2 minutes to go in the first round.
Size difference, isn't there? It's the first time I think I've ever seen Charlie Edwards bigger than anyone.
Yeah. Was he down at Superfly then, was he, before? What weight was he a world champion?
Charlie Edwards has boxed at Superfly, has he? I think it's always been Bantam, Super Bantam, has it?
No, I'm sure he was Superfly. I'm sure he was world champion. Maybe I got it wrong. I don't know.
Won it Bantam, no?
You might be right.
Superfly, he won his title. No, not at all, mate. Let's have a look here.
He lost to Casemiro, didn't he? Oh, it was a good counter left hand by Essomba there, actually.
I think I'm getting mixed up with
Sonny.
No, not Sonny. Because Sonny would fly Superfly. He can do both of them, can't he? I thought Charlie was a little bit bigger.
Well, he's definitely taller, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, but very similar.
Yeah, just coming up on a minute left in round number 1, then not really a great deal of action so far. Charlie's taking the centre of the ring. Essomba's trying to throw that left hand out of the southpaw stance.
Casemiro. Yeah,
John Real Casemiro stopped him, and then Martinez, I think, stopped him too, but it got ruled in no contest. So he's actually
Super Bantam now, but I'm pretty sure you're right. Let's have a look.
Charlie just missing narrowly with the right hand over the top. Last 20 seconds then of the first round. Nothing really meaningful.
No really, is there? Yeah, flyweight, to be fair.
There you go then. And he's a bantam now.
I thought
good right hand by Essomba on right at the end of the round. A good little exchange there.
Yeah, Charlie's caught him straight back though.
Yeah, it was a good little exchange there actually at the end of the first round. Let us know how you're scoring it, those that are with us. Tough first round to score, to be honest with you, that was.
They give that to Charlie Edwards, I think.
Yeah, I can see how and why. So the main event at GBM, that's going to be on after this, is it? Yeah.
I'm assuming so. Yeah. Let's have a look. I'll tell you where they are now.
It's
to be fair.
What'd you say?
I think it's a better fight card, the one in Sheffield.
Yeah, I think so. This just had an intriguing main event.
Maxi Hughes were in a war.
Yeah, Maxi Hughes with a great finish in the last round. I saw that. Yeah, Pat's got Edwards 1-0 up.
We've got Hughie Fury up against the ropes currently, getting winged upon by his opponent.
Good shot again by Essomba at the start of the second round.
Right, I'm not watching them both at the same time. I need to concentrate on Mr. Edwards. Let's have a look. Essomba's certainly not lacking confidence. I'll give him that.
Yeah, it's for me, Essomba's chances
just got caught with a straight right then.
Stick it on Charlie early on.
He has to. He's not going to outbox him. Charlie's too cute and fast. There you go, Liam. There's a cute in there for you. Was on both sides of the fence in terms of who we call cute and who we don't.
Charlie's pop shotting here by the looks of it. There's not too many combinations coming in. It's kind of, jab, he'll pop the right hand out a little bit. But like you say, he's imposing himself a little bit on Essomba. Trying that right hand over the top again.
Essomba's just tentatively backing off. He's coming forward as I said that, you know. But
the feet tangling up a little bit.
I can't see Liam yet. Can you?
No, I've not seen.
I can see Ganacho. Ganacho's ringside, funnily enough.
Is he actually?
He's there, right? Look behind Essomba now. To his left. Right, Charlie Edwards is blocking him. Can't you see his hair there? Bleach blonde hair.
Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, what the hell?
Random that, innit, for Ganacho to be there.
There's random.
Side of him, Florian Mark, who's there.
Yeah, I see now. Good right arm by Charlie Edwards again. He started nicely, to be honest, in this fight.
Essomba's trying to come back, but he's just that bit slower. Ganacho likes his boxing there.
He must do. Be a big fan of Maravilla, Sergio Martinez.
It's better than shitty football they're playing at Man United. Stick to boxing. Good player, very good player.
Do you think that Somba's?
I don't actually think it is. You know that it's not. I don't think it is. I think it's just a randomer with.
Oh, timed him a little bit on the way in with that left in the Somba.
Yeah, Charlie Edwards
bumped him a little bit there. Yeah, Somba's not doing enough to win these rounds, in my opinion. It's Charlie Edwards for me.
Feeling himself now, isn't he?
I know he needs to calm that down after just 2 rounds.
Yeah, this fight's long. It's got 12 rounds written all over it.
It most definitely has got 12 rounds written all over it.
I'm not playing on my phone. I'm just trying to see what's going on in Sheffield.
So Hughie Fury must be 2 fights before the main event then. There's 1 more to go after him, I think.
Is there? Well, that's why they've done that then, to stagger it. Hughie Fury now is...
Not to clash with the main event of this on Channel 5. That must be what they've done. But yeah, anyone who's just joined us, we just had a little influx of people who've just joined us there. 2 rounds in the can for this one. Fairly comfortable for Charlie so far.
Charlie,
not a lot of action in fairness, Jay, but...
Not really, no. But it is only 2 rounds in, and you know, Somba's never been known as a explosively fast starter, has he? Charlie.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, just a little exchange there. Charlie nearly caught him crisp with an uppercut there to start the 3rd round.
Him though, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, good left to the body by Essomba there, definitely. Bit more urgency from him then, Jay, to start the 3rd round.
I think he's realised he can't box how he has the first 2 rounds. He'll lose the fight easily. You know, and it's come to win, hasn't he? Regardless, I think he's not coming here to lose his belt.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
The winner, you know, a recognised title. So he's going to give it his all. You know,
definitely.
I don't think Sonny's not in the corner, is he? He's nothing to do.
No, Sonny's in the front row. You can see him when the camera pans back out. Sonny's in the front row. Pat's saying the GBM card's on DAZN, so maybe have a little check of that out after the finish of the main event here. We're going to be here for Sandy Ryan versus Michaela Meyer as well. Anyone who's with us to catch us for that, that'll probably take place in 3 hours time or something like that. As Charlie lands another nice jab. Nice right hand as well over the top. Charlie's loosening up a little bit here, Jay.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling himself. But Essomba is still in this fight. He is answering back. Every cluster of punches that Charlie's hitting him. It's that uppercut that's worrying me, though, that if he catches...
I'm with you. You can see that. And Essomba's trying to telegraph the counter left hand as well. You can see how cocked his left hand is. You just see it.
He's looking for the uppercut as well.
It's so easy to see from Charlie. He can see it coming a mile off.
Yeah. If we can see it, Charlie can see it, surely.
Yeah. If SW Fight Hub can see it, anyone's got a chance.
I've not got my glasses on. If I can see it, anyone can see it. Stevie Wonder can see it if I can see it.
We've got 16 on with us, Jason. Thanks very much for the 16 that are with us right now. We've got a minute left in round number 3. Charlie Edwards so far, ourselves and DJ Pat in the chat. I've got Charlie a couple of, I think. We've got Megatron TV, go on, Charlie. Yeah, he's doing well so far, mate. Thanks for tuning in and joining us.
Yeah, he's 3 rounds up at the end of this round. We've got about 35 seconds of the third round left, and so far this is the best round of the fight. But Charlie has won.
Somebody needs to mix it up a little bit here, Jay. I think at the end of this round, it's too easy for Charlie. There's no pace to the fight. He could, it's not like he's even giving him anything really to think about pressure wise. Thanks for calling, fellas. Absolutely no problem. We love doing this. We live for it. So thanks for tuning in. Do appreciate it.
Yes, Megatron TV. Thanks for joining us.
Good little exchange there, Jay, at the end of the round.
Yeah, I wish Charlie had just put his hands up and stopped being showing
off. Yeah, I'm not too sure what the show, but Luca's in with us. Big up, Luca. Just finished watching the Fury fight, landed about 100 power shots and belly moves. Still hasn't got the power. Yeah, we talked about that on No Punches Pulled, didn't we, in the week about Hughie Fury's lack of power.
On that. Is that an oxymoron, Luca? I'm only winding you up, but can't throw power punches without power, can you, Mosh? But yeah, he's never been the hardest puncher, as a Hughie Fury. He flatters to deceive. I sort of feel sorry for him because he's got the Fury name. He's obviously got this expectance of him, and I don't think he's as, I want to say this in the right way without disrespecting him, because I don't want to disrespect him. He has got a half decent skill set, but I just don't think I think Tyson's leaps and bounds better than him, but he's always going to be judged.
Look, ultimately, the way I see it, mate, is that some people are just blessed with power and some people aren't. It's sometimes they can train all they want and they can perfect their technique, but some people have just got the kiss of death, and that's just what it is. Some people
have got, like, really, they're not feather fisted, but but I've seen boxers that literally would struggle to punch through wet tissue, but are so skillful. And
you see him. Sonny Edwards is the perfect example.
Yeah, but Sonny has got a bit of a dig on him, when he catches him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not
Luca.
Power,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, did see the Maxi Hughes last round stoppage, Luke. Yeah, fair play to him. I love Maxi Hughes as well. Robbed against Cambosos, and obviously come up against Cepeda last time out before that. So that was a big win for him tonight.
He's got the shortest boxing retiring on to man, I think, ever.
yeah, definitely.
It was a couple of months, wasn't it?
Yeah, he probably can put a bit of bulk on, Luca, definitely. Anyway, 2 minutes into this, 2 minutes left of this fourth round, Jay. Not a lot of action in it so far, mate. Let's just have it right.
Edwards is fighting at the pace he wants to fight at. Essomba's not offering much in terms of offence. It's just as he comes forward with a winging hook. But as you said earlier on, he's telegraphing all his shots. You can see.
We may have a little look at the. We'll just see what timings if it's going to go on, because we're prioritising Sandy Ryan versus Michaela Meyer. But if the GBM main event starts at the end of this, I'll maybe have a look at it. Just let us know if there's any clan before it's Wilson Bent, isn't it? The main event of GBM.
Shaquille Thompson and Wilson Bent,
yeah, that's it. River Wilson Bent, Shaquille. Yeah, should be a good fight actually. That one.
Yeah, it should be.
All good shot by Charlie. He's boxing nicely. Essomba needs his corner trying to rally him on, but inside the last minute of the fourth round here, and he's barely won a minute. Jay, never mind a round.
He hasn't.
And Charlie's got vulnerabilities as well. You have to remember the guy's had issues. He hasn't been massively active. He's the one with the momentum. He's the European champion. Charlie's coming to try and win his belt.
I just think Charlie's too fast for him. I think it's that pure speed. Because they're evenly matched in terms of. I know he's bigger than him, but the reach is fairly, similar. They're obviously the same weight. I can't see Charlie being that much stronger than him, but Thomas just seems too tentative, man.
He is. I'm laughing at Lucas' comment. Oh, good left by Essomba at the end of the round.
What do you mean?
He's on about Calla.
No, he's not, because we might want accreditations one day, so I don't know.
Yeah. No, sorry, I had something in my throat.
Yes, Sonny.
Yeah, there he is.
He's air drying that for his nan. She's asked him to put it on a walk round block, and he's kept it on.
I'm sorry, but Sonny is like, he has to be like is that his missus to the side of him?
Don't think so. His missus is, I think his missus is mixed race. I think his baby mum's mixed race. That's a white girl sat beside of him. But
I was going to say, she looks about 6'2".
Yeah, it's not a good look if it is. She's way taller than him.
Who's that?
Harlem Eubank.
Harlem Eubank. Oh, yeah, let's just put it up. Harlem Eubank.
Yeah.
Should have been fighting Adam Azim.
Best thing
announced, it was done. Anyway, 4-0 for me, Jay.
Listen, they're not stupid. Harlem Eubank, he'd get murdered by Adam Azim.
I would, yeah. Azim's great. I do like Azim.
Yeah, and I'm not dismissing Eubank's skill set, but he's not a patch on Azim, I don't think.
No. Round 5's just started for the 21 that are with us. If you haven't got eyes on it, but
right,
I've got it 40-36 to Charlie Edwards at a canter here, 4 rounds to 0.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way: the fight is dull, if I'm honest, isn't it? Ryan Walsh, so in Sheffield, we've got Ryan Walsh just climbing through the rope.
Okay, so they're on the chief support. Alfie Brindle's joined us. Thanks, Alfie's got. Come on, Charlie. Arteta out, Barton in.
Yeah, that'll do for me. I'm a Liverpool fan, Paul. So yeah, Barton
in. Charlie landed some good right hands at the start of this 5th round as well.
I really hope you're not right with this fight, mate. I don't want to watch this for 12 rounds. It's not a good watch, is it?
I was hoping it would catch a bit of fire with the feud going into it and all that. There was some good energy at the presser and the weigh-in was, but Charlie's just winning.
I just thought Essomba would try to sit on his chest, but he's not doing all.
Essomba's got a good chin as well. He's only been stopped once, and I know they're at lighter weights and stuff like that, but is Charlie going to get? Does he have enough pop to get him out of there? I would suggest not. So he can probably do this all night. Essomba's the one who needs to change something here, but does he risk getting clipped if he tries to change something? Probably, but he's approaching the halfway stage of the fight after the next round. And he hasn't really won anything, has he?
He's got no choice. He's going to have to step on it or, just lose because, and I don't believe that would be his mindset. And surely his corner, he's got Dalton Smith in his corner. Dalton's not going to say, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing because it's not working. For me, you're 4.5 rounds down now.
Yeah. Yeah, very soon to be 5, I think, as well.
Yeah. Lovely.
We've got Alfie giving his feelings about Mikel Arteta here. You come to SW Fight Hub, we'll chat football, we'll chat boxing, we'll chat MMA, we'll chat anything.
Yeah.
As long as the people are with us, we'll do whatever you want.
We'll answer your questions. But
we'll take sponsorship, free tickets, free merch, whatever it is, we'll take it.
5 seconds left. Essomba's.
Oh, Charlie nearly caught him. See, just pull back, slip for the uppercut. Then Jay just narrowly missed.
He slipped it twice. He slipped a right hand as well. Is Essomba playing possum though, Sam?
Wow.
Is he lulling Charlie in to get comfortable? And because we know what he's like, he'll start bouncing on his toes. He'll drop.
I don't think Charlie likes it when he gets put on him either, because we've seen him kind of wilt a couple of times in the past. But Essomba needs to ask the questions, man. Like he's gone through some stuff. He hasn't been overly active. His
eyes badly bruised. Have you seen his right eye?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, there are things in there against Charlie, but he's not doing enough. Essomba.
No. He's not, but I swear, if I've predicted the end to this fight, I'll be so mad with myself. I don't think you can gamble on stuff like that. Not that we do. We do not promote anything like that.
Responsibly, anyway, if so.
Yeah, responsibly. You only bet what you can afford to lose, which is not a lot in my case.
I got a 50-45 here. 5-0. Lucas saying he wishes Essomba would bring more on with you, mate. I honestly thought that he'd try and stick it right on Charlie in this fight, and I haven't seen anything of such as of yet, mate, through 5 rounds.
Not great.
No, Alpha, you carry on going on, mate. We're here for a good time and a good chat tonight, mate. So don't worry about that, my friend. Just make sure you hit the subscribe button and check out No Punches Pulled every Tuesday or Wednesday.
Well, you don't know that though, do you? For all you know, I might identify as a vegan penguin. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that. Don't judge, mate. Stop being judgmental, Alfie. I'm only joking, brother. You're more than welcome. There's no woke nonsense here. Just pure fight sports, brother, or sister, or they, or them. But yeah, we don't get drawn in. We are.
Top man, Alfie. Appreciate it, mate. Hopefully you'll stick with us long term. We do appreciate it. Anyway, round 6 is 2 minutes 20 left on the clock, and then we're halfway through this fight of the year contender so far.
Yep, it's. I mean, it won't catch fire if you threw them, but if you threw petrol in there and matches,
yeah,
so
little match.
Got Peter McGregor,
kind of links Africa.
Ryan Walsh are just about to start their first round. I won't do a running commentary. I'm just letting you know on the timing. I don't know.
That's a good chat going on in the comments here. I do love a good live stream. Anyway, we've got 29 on with us, Jay's Fight Talk. So let's talk about JFT picks tomorrow. Is that going ahead?
It is, mate. I'm actually going to do it by myself tomorrow because I want to run through last week's points and then I'm going to set up for next week. Liam Tully was going to join me this week, but he's had something come up. Thank you, man.
Thanks, Alfie. Appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to Jay's Fight Talk as well, which is our sister channel, Jay's Fight Talk, obviously being Jason Murphy on the stream. So big up, Alfie. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. 1 minute 18 left on the clock, and then we're halfway through the fight. Essomba's trying to bring it a little bit more, Jay, in this round. I've noticed
he is, but you could play round 5 on loop, and you've got that 12-round fight because every round's been pretty much the same. Charlie Edwards will start backing off in last 30 seconds, and then, you know, I mean, has Charlie Edwards' footwork stopped Essomba? Because if you notice, Charlie Edwards keeps standing on his front foot, on Essomba's front foot, and it puts his rhythm off, and he's got to start again. He's got to keep resetting. You just watch. I just noticed it earlier, and I've kept
that tends to happen a lot, doesn't it, mate, on the Southpaw versus Orthodox?
But I think it's a tactic by Charlie Edwards. If you look, he looks down before he does it. So I think he's purposely standing on his foot so that Essomba's got to reset as he's coming in. You know what I'm saying? So if he stands on his foot, he stops what he's doing, backs off. Essomba needs to just keep going forward, and it'll throw Charlie off then.
Definitely.
Because Charlie going for the reaction, which he's getting. I think if Essomba tries to push forward anyway, it might catch him off guard.
Whatever he's doing, he's 6 rounds to 0 up on my book, and Thomas Essomba really needs to pull something out. And it's not even like Charlie's boxing out of his skin either. If I was to tell you,
he's not bad. He's just edging him. You know, he's doing more.
If I was to tell you earlier that Charlie would be 6-0 up,
can I just cut in? Ryan Walsh has just knocked Peter McGrail down in the first round.
Ooh, interesting.
I swear he's going to stop him. Go on, Ryan.
Interesting. We could get.
He stopped Peter McGrail. Ryan Walsh has just stopped Peter McGrail in the first round. I'll be texting him in a minute. Yes, Clan Walsh. Let's go.
Wow.
That's amazing. A lot of people wrote him off. Peter McGrail's a big prospect. That's the most exciting thing that has happened in this fight on Channel 5. Ryan Walsh stopping Peter McGrail. Check that out. Come on, Essomba. Give us a fight, lad. Yeah,
let's do something here, Thomas Essomba. You've got 6 rounds. We'll potentially move over to GBM. Then after this, Jay, if this scheduling sits with us, I'll obviously have to make a new...
Josh Warrington and Ryan Walsh embracing. Josh Warrington part of Peter McGrail's team. But wow, what an upset that was. Not many people expected that. I did say on No Punches Pulled, do not be surprised if Ryan Walsh pulls off an upset. I'm pretty sure I said that. I'm not sure I picked him, but I did put it out.
I'll have to review the tapes. DAZN got so much good content, Luke. Yeah, definitely, man. They're picking up the whole heap. But anyway, second half of this fight, Essomba's just landed a nice left hand on Charlie Edwards that I just saw when I lifted my head up. Charlie's still taking the center of the ring.
Essomba's got 5 rounds to turn this fight round. He needs a to even get a draw for me at the minute. If he won the next 5 rounds, he loses the fight. Charlie Edwards is edging it just with cleaner work, more work rate, just more work. Never mind. Cleaner.
Couldn't agree with you anymore.
Essomba's not doing much, but
we've had 250 of you with us so far, so that's massively appreciated as always, isn't it, Jake?
Yeah, of course, man. We're not us without the people interacting and stuff. It makes everyone watchable. Us answering questions and having debates and getting slagged off, and it all
part of the package. It's all part of the package, definitely. Just wish we had a bit more. I mean, we can't have Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois every fight. I understand that, but
no, but there's an expectation, and at the minute it's not living up to them. I expected more from Essomba. At the minute, I'm disappointed. Charlie Edwards is just doing what Charlie Edwards does: fast combinations, footwork, and trying to land the right hand. Essomba's defense is not bad, because he's not really being caught clean. Callum gone big on the misfit shite, and now
he is right, Luca, with that. Definitely, Callum making an absolute fortune on misfits. He is, and sometimes your Lyndon Arthur, Liam Cameron's, that was a good channel fight. But I know what you mean, mate. Like, he's not got Eubank or anyone like that anymore, has he? Yeah. Or he's got Josh Kelly, who just fought on the Riyadh season card, but his stable's pretty limited. And let's be honest, this fight through 7 rounds has been pretty poor. If we're being completely honest, Callum's going to be very comfortable and doing well for himself because of he's in with misfits. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, definitely.
Half instead of them watch TV, don't pay for the license. YouTube's so much better. Yeah, YouTube's the way forward, my man. Saves a bit of money elsewhere as well, but we don't condone that sort of behaviour on SW Fight Hub.
I don't even know what that means. I'm old. I don't know.
It's all gibberish to me, that.
Yeah, I've still got a black and white TV.
7-0.
Yeah. I stopped scoring if I'm on.
Yeah, no, to be honest with you, I'm not, I'm just looking at Thomas Essomba and he's not really doing too much, I'm not, put it this way, I've not got my Howard Foster cap on anyway, because I'd have it 7-0 to
now, Luca, when you're saying you'd rather flush your toilet, is that because you don't flush your toilet, or you'd just rather flush it than Josh Kelly? Because I would like to think you flush your toilet, mate.
Well, to be honest with you, after the Josh Kelly fight last weekend, Josh Kelly's tough watch sometimes, isn't it? He is. Bless him.
And he's so skillful as well. That's the most frustrating thing. He's so skillful. Ryan Walsh, stop the press. Can I just say, Ryan Walsh's life's just changed tonight.
Yeah, big up Ryan Walsh.
There was an exclusive. No, mate, not just by winning the fight. There was an exclusive by the promoter. An hour before it started, he is giving out knockout bonuses and of a whole £1,000.
Right.
He stopped the
might get his train ticket home.
He's from Norwich, he won't, mate. He lives in Cromer. He ain't getting a Cromer with that. Might be get a bus. But he did a big exclusive, like, you're getting the exclusive. And I thought, he said, I'm giving out bonuses for knockouts. I thought, get in, at least 10.
It's not quite, even. It's not quite 50 G's. To be honest with you, they've packed it out.
It's rafters, mate. It's full to rafters.
Yeah. Eddie Hearn's show's there tomorrow night too. Essomba just missed with the left hand. Alfie saying doesn't sound that exciting. Yeah, we're trying to dress it up, mate, but we keep getting sidetracked with conversations because there's not too much action going on my television. But Charlie Edwards is just boxing to the game plan, isn't he, Jay? If we're being honest.
Yeah, Somba's just that split second slower, and it's showing. But Charlie Edwards, as much as they've bigged up the move to Stephen Smith and the changes he's implemented and the changes that he's made to his lifestyle and his camp and whatnot, I haven't seen any of that. It's the same old Charlie Edwards for me. Same with the one that was at Joe Gallagher's, the one that was at, I can't remember where he was before, but I just don't see, and I'm not trying to be dismissive of his skill set, but I don't see him challenging any bantamweight world champions.
Yeah.
No,
I'm with you.
At the minute, I'm happy to be proven wrong. Charlie Edwards, put it on him and get him out of there.
Well, that's kind of how you stamp it.
if Charlie Edwards gets him out of there, that's a world-class performance because he's been stopped once.
Uh-huh.
You get the build-up to it. If he manages to get him out of there in 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, then for me, that's world-class.
Definitely.
Maybe not performance, but that section of the performance.
Yeah, I know. He keeps trying to time that up, doesn't he? Alfie, neither of us are boxers. Jay's got a much more extensive background than myself.
My record, I'm unbeaten in about 30 years. I had one amateur fight. I got stopped in 2.
Is there no blueprint to beat you?
There's a blueprint out there, mate. Just throw punches. Eventually, I'll quit. But yeah, I've grown up in a boxing household. My brother was a amateur and a professional to a decent level. So yeah, and I'm considerably older than my co-host. So yeah, we've just got a love of fight sports. We watch MMA, we watch boxing, and we've brought that together and we chat about it on the internet. It's that simple.
That's it. Couldn't have summed it up better myself. We've got a weekly show that runs either Tuesday or Wednesday evenings. We go live. So if you've got notifications on, you'll get that. It's about a 2-hour-long boxing podcast where we discuss the news. But like this show here, we pull up the comments. We get everyone interactive.
Yeah, we've got a regular crew.
On Spotify as well, with it.
Yeah, pop by. We've got a regular crew that drops by. We discuss, the previous weekend's fights, the upcoming weekend's fights, any breaking news, any topics, any stories. We go on little random tangents. I'll disrespect every boxer and fighter that's ever lived in the most respectful way you've ever heard. We have a good laugh. We enjoy doing it. And as we said, it's
nice one. There's a name for you. His niece's boy is England champion. Finn Lister is 16. Star for the future. That's great.
Keep an eye
Brilliant stuff.
I didn't go last year with it, and I'm in this year, but I got at Nationals, a weekly watchalong battering section. Ben's my mate. Don't say that.
We were loving him last week, Luca, but yeah, we'll bash anyone given the chance. Give us the ammo, we'll bash him. Right, Jay, round 9 underway.
Hence the name of the pod is No Punches Pulled. We don't, especially me. I've now got to wear fake glasses and a ginger mustache when I go to boxing shows, because I've slagged off that many boxers and promoters. Not slagged off, but I give my opinion and it's usually unfiltered. But I'll always be honest and true.
Absolutely.
So we need a big last 3 rounds now from Thomas Essomba, or he's going home losing his title.
Well, yeah, 3.5 left in this fight. So,
and I've heard that Sonny Edwards has said that, he hasn't spoke about his brother. They haven't mentioned it. Well, that for me, he hasn't done his job then, because he had the inside scoop. So if he didn't want to beat his brother, he shouldn't have let Thomas take the fight as his promoter, or took the fight and stayed the hell out of it. But he hasn't. He's put himself front and centre. It's called Family Feud, for God's sake. So if he's not giving him tactics on how to potentially beat his brother, then he hasn't done his job.
Yeah, absolutely.
He should give me his percentage.
There is too much bias in it, Luca. It's all about the people, and ultimately, it's paying them. It's not paying us. So we've no bias. And like Carl Froch always says on his, I watched his watch along to the Joshua fight. He's got no one paying him, so he just speaks his mind, and that's why people are resonating with the Cobra, because he's not on anyone's payroll. He's not on Sky or Matchroom or DAZN's payroll or anything like that. So he just tells it straight down the line how it is, and that's what we're on no one's payroll. But if they want to put us on there, then
if they want to put us on,
I can change my rhetoric very quick.
100%. I'll be a yes man any minute.
Yeah. So one day, if you tune into No Punches Pulled and you see us loving Frank Warren, you know what's happened.
Yeah. I've got new teeth and a fringe. You know why?
Big up Jams Boxing Chat for joining us, the main man. Big up Boxing Media Hub. Trevor McCumbee, who just fought Caleb Plant. Jams, I believe you just interviewed him, didn't you, mate? So we've got 30 people with us. Go and check that out after this fight. Great scoop for you, Jam. There. Hope it went well, mate. Charlie's bossing the fight, mate. We're approaching the end of round 9, and I don't think he's lost a round. If I'm being completely honest.
Tough watch, though, Jams. It's a tough watch.
Carl Froch is in the paper. Yeah, exactly. You can't. I don't know anyone can not like Carl Froch. He just straight down the line.
Like him now, I didn't. I thought it was a bit of an ass, to be fair. But yeah, you've got to respect his opinions. And he knows boxing. the man's boxed at the highest level. He knows it from inside out, but he did the small halls. I remember Carl Froch coming through. You know, I remember Carl Froch boxing on, I'm pretty sure he boxed on ITV, you know, when he first came through. Towards the tail end of Joe Calzacchi's career, and that was they were going to make. And they all say that Joe Calzacchi ducked him. And Froch wasn't a big enough name then. Carl Froch then wasn't Carl Froch as we saw him finish his career.
And he follows us both on X, so we have to acknowledge him for that
but,
as well.
You know, Carl's a mate. Carl's a pal.
Yeah, Jonathan's joined us. Jonathan, 9-0 for me to Charlie Edwards in what's been quite a dull fight. I know we've got a good crowd in. We're trying to dress it up a little bit, but there's not too much going on the action wise. Luke said I love Froch, but didn't like the age. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate.
Yeah, but Luke, they were meant. Sorry, Sam. They were meant to be. Remember what AJ said to him when he left him the WhatsApp messages and stuff over criticising him in public. So you couldn't expect anything. To be fair, I thought Carl Froch went easy. I thought, he's going to go in on him now. There's going to be memes. And he didn't really. It was a subtle jibes, but he kept it very respectful for what he could have said. For me, I would have done. I picked Dubois. Mate, I'm still dining out on it now. I was dancing around my living room. I lost my voice. Do you know what I mean? So,
Jams, it happens to all of us, mate. Don't worry about that. It's a great scoop getting Trevor McCumbee on the channel. We were raving on this channel, me, Liam, and Jay, as we watched it live about how brave he was and how well Trevor McCumbee did in that Caleb Plant fight. So to get him on the channel, mate, that's great. We've got it 9-0 to. Well, I've got it 9-0 to Charlie Edwards anyway.
Charlie Edwards won 12-0.
Yeah, even though there's three rounds left. Ryan Walsh just knocked out Reese Mould in the first round. Yeah, Jay was calling him Peter McGrail. I got confused, but he's fighting Brad Foster tomorrow on
I said it halfway through. I was all looking and then said it again. But I'm just gonna fucking lean into it now.
Yeah, love the Cobra as well. Yeah, you're right, Alfie. There's all sorts going on. Only man who did. Yeah, you're right. Only man who did on about the Cobra for sure. But yeah, we've got a minute and a half left in round number 10 here. Thomas Essomba, man, I've been so disappointed with him, Jay.
I've been saying it, Anna, from sort of round 3 onwards. He's done nothing. He's offered very little. Whether he's just realised I can't beat this guy and he's happy to see Dalton Smith screaming at him to come forward.
I saw that. Yeah, like it didn't even look like. That was a decent left hook though in the exchange there. If you saw that.
And has he saved some? Nah. He got wobbled himself then.
Yeah, he did actually, yeah. He sort of fell forward a bit, didn't he? Well, this round's been a little bit more interesting anyway. It came to life a slight bit more.
With about
what we've been seeing.
Sorry, I just got a bit distracted there.
No, you're all right. Jam said Ryan Haney comment. Oh yeah, because the Haney news broke about suing Ryan Garcia, didn't it? Not so long before that, mate. It happens, Jam. Don't look. I'll be watching it when we're finished off here, my man. And great work as always. Go subscribe to Boxing Media Hub, the 45 that are watching us. Great boxing channel. Great guys and great content. Big up Jam and Joel. 17 seconds left in round number 10.
It's a channel I aspire to get my channel, something like,
100%.
It's one of the leading channels within the space.
Charlie stung there. Sorry to cut you off there. Was Charlie stung a bit at the end of the round?
Let's see if Dalton Smith. Oh, brilliant. Cut to a betting advert. I wanted to see what they said to him mid-rounds there because Dalton Smith was very animated.
Oh, he was.
Beckoning him on. So I think they've seen some. Charlie Edwards, he looks tired. I think he's looking old for his age.
Yeah, he's 31. Essomba's 36, 38. I believe. 38, 36, yeah, something like that. But you can't put a price on being active and being involved in regular fights, and that's something that Essomba probably has over Charlie. But that's why I've been so
momentum,
mate. Yeah.
Carries you through towards the end of tough fights, and I know Charlie Edwards is winning every round, but Essomba is making him work. So if he's short on a bit of cardio through, or if he's started to dip, because I did say earlier on he's looking older. will he wilt towards the end? We don't know how much he's took out of him these 10 rounds. I mean, Essomba's been pretty much a punching bag for 10 of them.
Yeah, so two rounds to go.
Just caught him with a left uppercut. Charlie took it, but it was more stepping in with it. But like I said, he's stepping in now. When his foot's getting trapped, he's stepping. He's just continuing on forward. He's trying to place his foot on the inside this time, and he is having a little bit of success. But Charlie Edwards has just come back with 3 or 4. So we got ring walks in Sheffield now for the main event. We've got Wilson Ben coming out as we speak.
We can maybe stay on. Essentially, I guess we've got a decent enough crowd with us. If the crowd stays, we'll stay.
I just hope it does
that. So we've got the Essomba win. No, he's definitely not winning right now. Whether he's not going to win on. He's not going to win on point, so he's going to have to lay Charlie Edwards out, and he's got a round and a half to do it.
And he's looking for it now.
Yeah, at least he's shown a bit of urgency, mate. That's he's chasing him down. It's too little, too late.
Charlie Edwards tried to lean over him, and it threw him off of his shoulder.
You are right in what you say, though. Charlie does look tired. Come on, Charlie, keep it clean. Megatron TV says, he's not got long to have to hold on here, to be honest with you.
Whether or not he can, he's getting caught more than he was now.
Yeah, definitely.
I did say earlier on, has Essomba played possum? I think if he has, he's left it too late.
Yeah,
I think it's hard enough to chin him from here, but an accumulation could get a TKO stoppage. And Charlie Edwards is struggling with that. The right eye of his has got a nasty welt.
Yeah, it's not.
If you can hit that a couple more times, it might shut. I don't think there's long enough left.
That's the issue for.
It's a big ring as well, Sam. It's a big ring. You're not going to trap him, are you?
Nah, no chance. Last 30 seconds then of the penultimate round in this one.
So here we go. As I called it, Stephen Smith is going to pull him out at the end of this round. He has broken nail.
I tell you what, though, and just in all seriousness, Essomba is actually on top a bit in this round.
It's his best round. Best round. Charlie dipped a bit then when he hit him behind.
No, I did say it. Like you say, Dalton Smith is going absolutely bonkers in the corner, just trying to beckon him on. Because
he don't get stopped, so he don't necessarily have to worry, especially not now. If he doesn't go all out in this round, I'd be very, very, very surprised.
But it just adds to the disappointment of the Essomba performance for me. If he's just going to come on,
like Ishmael Davis last week.
Yes.
But obviously, Ish didn't. I don't believe had as much left as what Essomba. Essomba's had a full camp for this, hasn't he?
That's what I mean. Yeah, Ish was drafted in, although he was training. He wasn't
training, but for a lower weight in a month.
It wasn't in peak condition. I completely agree with that.
And I think it was more than getting on top of Josh Kelly towards the end of that fight.
I'm
going to hazard a guess and say this is 10-1.
Yeah, I would give Essomba that last round for sure. But yeah, again, mate, aside from that, it's been a very disappointing performance.
Charlie's up nice and early, shaking his legs out. Touch of gloves and they're off for the 12th and final round here at York Hall. I think Liam's possibly fallen asleep. He's had a couple of sherbets and fallen asleep. I wouldn't be surprised though. I could definitely fall a kip in this.
We've got Adrian says whose windows I think who win he means. Well, they're in the last round, and Charlie Edwards, provided he doesn't get knocked out, is going to comfortably win on the cards. I say that lightly because of what happened at Wembley last week, but I would suggest Essomba's been more competitive than
there were no feeling out in that one. These have been feeling each other out for 12 round, 11 and a half.
I know, definitely. So thanks, Adrian, for joining us, Adrian Rodriguez, and we've got Salvador Pineda as well. Big up, Salvador. Thank you for joining us wherever you are in the world.
I appreciate you. Here from where from the UK? Where are you from?
Yeah, let us know where you're tuning in from. We have plenty of. Yeah, Sombas. That's what I mean. Why so late, Jay? What fight we were watching last week that this happened? Look at Dalton Smith. Dalton Smith's beside himself.
Yeah, because he can see what he can see it. Come on, Thomas Essomba.
So Salvador's joining us from the US, Jay. He's asking if we think Sandy Ryan's going to beat Michaela Mayer.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. No Brit bias on that one, Salvador, but I genuinely think that timing. I'm happy to pick against Brits all the time if I think so. I do genuinely think that Sandy wins a 7-3 decision.
We're not biased. I mean, I picked against Anthony Joshua last week.
Oh, that was a good shot by Charlie. Was he stung a bit there, Essomba?
Don't think so.
We've got Michelle Berman's joining us from Melbourne, Australia. Jay, good evening to you. Well, no, good morning, should I say?
Good morning,
Michelle. Yeah, hope you're well, and thank you for joining us.
New South Wales. I'm go there if not next year, 26.
And I spent a lot of time I've been to Melbourne myself, so know it well. Yeah, beautiful place. One above, two. It's finished. It's very close to finishing. We've got 32 seconds left. Megatron's still cheering on Charlie. He's only got to stay on his feet for another 25 seconds. Essomba did catch him with the right hand there, though.
Good job this one on JFT picks. You'd have got 10 points, brother. You picked a long boring 12 round points. That's exactly
morning. I am from Michelle's from Scotland, Bonnie, Scotland, but in Melbourne. Yeah, thank you very much.
Michelle, can you say purple burglar alarm? I bet you can't.
That means then, Michelle, you'll be anyway. The fight's finished. Charlie Edwards on the ropes.
It should be the new European.
You're very welcome, Michelle. Thank you very much for tuning in and joining us. The thanks comes from us. The fight's over. We've got Lalo Perez has joined us, asking who wins. Charlie. It's not official yet. The decision hasn't been. We actually have the third member of our podcast who is in the your call live at the event. So hopefully we'll get some instant reaction from Liam Tully shortly. He will log into the call and let us know. We will be moving straight over probably to the GBM main event. We've got 64 of you with us right now, which is amazing. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We've had over 500 join us from the first bell so far, which is fantastic. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Any new listeners, we do appreciate it, and drop the video a like as well.
Sheffield main event has started like an absolute war. They are slugging it out.
Fantastic. We'll await for I'll let Jay's fight talk. Keep an eye on Sheffield while I wait for the decision, and we'll probably get some instant reaction on the Charlie Edwards fight from Liam, as he was ringside anyway, so he can come on and let us know. But I did have a little chat with him during the fight, and he was scoring it the same as me, fairly comfortable for Charlie Edwards. But we'll see what the judges come back with, because after Wembley last week, I'm not convinced on anything anymore.
I forgot about that.
You know, the Willie Hutchison cards, the Josh Kelly cards against Ishmael Davis weren't great either, were they? Let's be completely honest about it.
No, there was some very strange scorecards turned in last week. Very strange.
Most definitely. The ring, the Your Call is slowly filtering out now. We're rating the judges' scorecards for this one. There's been a lot of people asking. We've got Aaron who's joined us as well. Aaron, thanks for tuning in. The cards are about to be read out. Obviously, we can't watch with commentary due to certain rules and regulations, but the fighters are about to be read the decision now because the referee's got them in the middle. But providing any disastrous judging, Charlie Edwards will get this victory. But we'll see who the referee raises their hand in the next probably 10 or 15 seconds. European Bantamweight title on the line for this one. Essomba, the champion, should be losing his belt very shortly, but we'll see who the referee is going to raise. Antonio's joined us as well. Thanks, Antonio, for joining us. Charlie win. We're about to find out in the next 1 or 2 seconds. Yeah, Charlie Edwards has won. Charlie Edwards gets the decision. He's the new European Bantamweight champion. Don't know the full card yet, but all I know is that Charlie's just got his hand raised. He moves to 20-1. He's a former WBC world champion, so you would imagine now that he's going to go back to world honors. He's 31 years old, so he can still compete. No worries, Aaron. Thanks for tuning in, mate. If you drop us a like and a subscribe, we'd really appreciate that. But Charlie Edwards has got the European belt wrapped around him now. Gives his brother Sonny, who's Thomas Essomba's manager, gives him a hug.
Oh, they embraced. I took my eyes off, so I didn't see him.
Yeah, they've embraced now. But we've got a good crowd with us, guys. So we're going to wait for reaction from Liam Tully, and then I think we're going to go over to Sheffield, and we'll catch the main event there.
Don't know what's going on. It's not letting me stream it to my TV. I'll have to log in. It does.
Jams, I don't know the scorecards, mate. But what I know is Charlie Edwards has won, and from what
the Essomba got 1 round, maybe.
Yeah, like for me, I had the fight 11-1 to Charlie Edwards. It wasn't a good fight, if I'm being honest. At all, Jam, it was fairly quiet, if we're being honest. Lucas said the Fort Family Feud was all put on. Yeah, it seemed that way, mate, didn't it? Absolutely. We're going to be here for Sandy Ryan versus Michaela Meyer a little bit later on too. Probably grab a couple of hours, and then we'll come back for Sandy Ryan and Michaela Meyer. If Baumgartner and Pursoon doesn't clash, I'll maybe stay up and do that one too. But we'll be back tomorrow night for Terry Harper versus Rhiannon Dixon from Sheffield. Obviously the same arena as this GBM card here. But because we've got such a good crowd, we've got 50 of you still with us, we'll give you some live commentary on the GBM main event, which I believe is a couple of rounds in now. Lucy won 8-8. Charlie Edwards won quite comfortably there. That wasn't overly competitive. In fact, it actually wasn't a great fight to watch at all, to be honest with you. We did a lot of filling with our lovely crowd that we have in the chat, as always, who keep us.
We had no bloody choice. It was dog shit, that fight.
It wasn't the best, was it?
It was not a good fight. So we're now a minute 17 left of round number 2. Sorry, what? 2.
Yeah, so Jams has let us know. So Shaq, we got Mr. Before we get stuck into the GBM, we've got Liam Tully live from New York call. Liam, what do you think, mate? From sitting in the crowd, we've just filled in a bit of time here. We've got 50 people on. We're here, mate. So let's put up a good performance.
Nice hoodie, love. Nice hoodie, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Nice bit of merch, isn't it, mate? Looking good. I said to you boys after 6 rounds, didn't I? It felt a bit like rinse and repeat from Charlie, didn't it? It felt like what he was doing every round and doing it just enough every round without being.
They could just play it on loop.
But to be fair to Essomba, he came on strong down the back end of the fight, didn't he? He was having a go. He's getting a bit more success. I think Charlie's tired, especially 10, 11, 12. Charlie looked tired, didn't he? So it's just, it was the performance that he kind of needed. He shook off more ring rust. He's now got himself a European title, and he's ready to make an assault on world level next year. He probably would have taken this fight without the belt, wouldn't he? Whether I think he's ready for world level is another story. But that'll be
sorry, Lynn, to cut you off. There's a huge KO in the main event of GBM. Jeez, that is
Thompson.
Stayed up. No, yeah.
Sorry, Lynn, to cut you off there, mate. It was literally Jam put it in the chat, and I looked up at my TV.
Wilson Ben just got wobbled like you won't believe, mate. I
can't believe it's continued. I can't believe the fight's carried on. He was gone. Sorry, Liam. Carry on, mate. The fight's carrying on.
Yeah, no. Mate, I just think it was the type of performance. Yeah, it was a rinse and repeat. He'll say he's ready for world honours. He probably could do with one more defence of this European belt before he looks to move on.
Yeah.
There's a bit more time better than him with Stephen Smith. Stephen was very good in the corner tonight. I had a good view on Stephen the whole fight. His instructions seemed calm, and he was very level-mannered. Even when Charlie was getting tagged a bit more near the end, he seemed pretty happy with what he was seeing.
Yeah, I was disappointed with Essomba's performance. I thought he could have potentially pressed it a little bit earlier in the fight. What did you think from ringside?
Yeah, mate, I agree. And I was directly above Essomba's corner. And from even round 4, round 5, when I had him 4-5 down, they seemed very happy with him. They were telling him to stay relaxed, stick to the game plan, stay calm. So they seemed...
So they'd planned on
reasonably happy.
coming on strong down the stretch, you reckon?
I reckon so, but I equally reckon they thought after 4-5 rounds, he maybe nicked a couple of them, which for me, I couldn't see. They seemed very calm, very chilled throughout it. They never seemed any real urgency, even when he was getting pinged around with me in the first half of the fight.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, mate. But yeah, it's Charlie's probably going to get another shot at world level now for me, Liam. I think that's where I'll go with him at bantamweight. You got the likes. It's Junto's bantamweight, isn't it?
Junto's the champion. I think most likely from at this point. I think, like I say, I wouldn't be against him defending this European title. Either back end of this year, beginning of next year, have a defence of this, and then move on to world level.
Yeah.
I think that's his best option. I don't like it. I don't like world.
Oh.
All over his Sheffield, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, it's still going on, but
yeah, Wilson Bent is in all sorts of trouble.
Soon. He's going to be doing what we're going to be doing in a bit. Kipping. Having a nap. Because he's just getting winged on, Liam.
I'll tell you what, though, he's a tough kid. Sorry, Liam, to keep cutting you off. It's just huge knockdowns coming on in Sheffield.
What do you think of the card overall there tonight? Right. Your reaction says it all, brother. Go on, try Phil for 30 seconds. Tell us how good it was.
Jermaine Brown was fantastic. He had 2 good knockdowns. The referee stopped that early. I think his opponent could have gone good on. He wasn't wobbly on his legs. He was up by 6. I was surprised that was waved off when it was. But Jermaine Brown carries some power in that right hand. He's going to be a problem at British level, I think, for middleweight if he's moved through right.
Yeah.
What's the name of the kid? Sorry, just before the main event. What was it? Tom.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I forgot his name already. Tom Wellens.
Tom Wellens.
Yeah, I've seen him fight before on these cards. He's pretty good. He looks about 12.
He's 20.
Yeah. The way he selects his punches, he got his opponent out of there nicely, but his punch selection is fantastic.
Yeah, really good.
But again, limited opposition, nothing really caught fire. I can't even say the main event caught fire. There's another fight on now, which is everyone you could hear cheering for Ali. It's his debut. There's probably
Wilson Bent's down again, by the way. He just got dropped like the 4th time.
Mate, I'm gonna be honest. I looked over the balcony as well when they started at first. I couldn't look what was going, and then looked around me and realised. But yeah, he's making his debut now, so they've got a fight on now after the main event. There's probably 200-300 still in there for that, which isn't bad for the kids. But Charlie Edwards has done what we thought. Charlie Edwards has done what we thought he'd do tonight. He's got off the ring rust. He's got 12 rounds out of it. He's been tested at times. You can see what him and Stephen Smith have been working on in the gym. Like, they need another fight for me, European fringe world level before they go into a world championship.
Can you really see the changes, do you? Because I think he looks exactly the same as when he was with Joe Gallagher.
Well, there's a change from Joe Gallagher to where he was before Joe Gallagher. Remember, he only had the one fight with Joe, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had that 1-6 round.
I can't get over Essomba's tactics. Sorry about that. I can't get over like he pressed it in the last 2 rounds, and
I think that helped to make Charlie look maybe not as good as what he could have looked. I don't think it was one of the fights for Charlie to look good in. He didn't get the opportunities to.
Yeah, Essomba's tactics don't make sense to me, but his corner seemed very calm throughout the fight. They only gave him the G up at the start of the 10th, which for me says that they thought he was in the fight and competing for the first 10 rounds.
He wasn't for me.
I said to you,
referee in that, Luke. I agree. So sorry, Lynn. Yeah, he could have stopped that ages ago. Wilson Bent was gone for about a good solid 3 minutes. But anyway, he did get stopped, and that fight's over. It's a much better fight than the one we just watched. Unfortunately, Liam probably from about 15 feet away.
Yeah,
it was tough.
You tell these ones, don't you? It's one of those tonight. It was good to be in your call again. Charlie Edwards has picked up another belt. Essomba was disappointing. Me and Jam said at the start of this week, he's a limited European champion. He's lost 8 times in his career before tonight, so we knew he was limited. But Charlie could have put on a more polished performance for me. I was expecting to see a bit more from him.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Jam said Cal Brooks said, I just saw Cal Brooks in the ring. Said Cal Brooks said earlier, if the money's right, I'll fight again.
Who though?
Well, no, thank you. Nah.
Do you know who Kel could fight and they'd both do it? You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Go on. Eubank Jr. or Ben?
Of course. Eubank could do that all day.
Yeah, I know, but listen,
I would, yeah.
Kel's too small for any of that. And I think Conor Benn would smash Kel.
But Kel, we know Kel's about the money. He sold his soul for the Golovkin fight.
Yeah, right. Boys, I've got a dash to make my train, but I'll see you for Sandy and Michaela later.
You on for Sandy Ryan and Michaela Meyer later, yeah?
As long as I don't crash hard when I get in, I'll be there.
Perfect, mate. We'll see you then for that, Liam.
Bye-bye. Cheers, lads.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Won the Tour, and in Sheffield, it was Shaquille Thompson, I want to say.
Yeah, beat River Wilson Bent by a huge easy. I think and you're right, Jams. Obviously, Kel just wants a bit of that turkey money. Kel's all over it.
Understandable. I saw him and Amir Khan talking about doing a 2-versus-1 against Derek Chisora. Kel's not Kel Brook anymore. Kel's not got the chocolate brownie anymore, I'm afraid.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't at all.
I know Kel. I know it. My brother's was good friends with him, and I've met him a few times. Saying I know him is not true. I've met him a few times, and I know people that know him, and he's not that guy anymore. Kel's too old now for top level. I think Conor Benn beats him now. I think Conor Benn would stop him. I think Kel could outbox him, but you could see him versus Amir Khan. That
it's just the inactivity, isn't it? In the age, mate, is the problem.
And when I say Conor Benn beats him, I'm not being flippant. At 147, I think Kel could beat Conor Benn because he'd have to drain himself, I think, now to get to 147. And he'd have a chance of outpointing him, but anything above that, 154, 160, Kel's not big. We saw what Golovkin did to him. I know that was Golovkin, but I think it was more to do with the fact that they were considerably heavier than him. Because Kel's not a big guy, is he? He's not massive. I know he's thick, set, and cut and stuff.
He's lean though, isn't he? He's got that lean frame as well. Mark McNulty, thanks for joining us, my friend. Charlie Edwards did win a very comfortable UD against Thomas Essomba. He did, Luca. Just laughing at that. Anything else to cover off Jay's fight talk? Or in fact, before we go, is anybody? Can anybody give us a rough idea what time Sandy Ryan and Michaela Meyer will ring walk later on? Because I would love to have that information before we close up the shop here. No worries, Mark. Thanks very much for tuning in, mate. If you could drop us a like and a subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. We're going to be back in the matter of a couple of hours' time for Sandy Ryan versus Michaela Meyer for Ryan's WBO Welterweight Championship. May do Alicia Baumgartner against Delphine Pursoon if it goes straight after. But we'll definitely be back here same time for Terry Harper and Rhiannon Dixon. That's happening
live and
in Sheffield. It's nice to know that one's going to be on at a decent time in the evening.
Road for me, it's 40 minutes from me. That.
Well, do you know what? It's in the same arena as the GBM.
Do you know what? Tonight it was
watch out for Josh Babb tomorrow. Mark McNulty says.
We'll keep an eye out. Definitely.
Keep an eye out for that. Jams reckons that. Do you know what, Jam? Sorry, mate. No, I was going to say, Jams, I don't know if it'll be. Is that official, Jam, on the 4 a.m.? Because it's in New York. So
I'll be getting up at 5 to.
Yeah, I just don't know if it will be 4 a.m. unless it's been officially confirmed for that, because it's in New York, so it's on the East Coast. I don't know if it'd be.
I thought Sandy said 2.
Maybe the main card will start then. So yeah, Josh Babb from Durham. Then Mark McNulty will keep an eye out on, and just having a little look at his box rec here. So he's 6-2, aged 23 from Durham. So we'll keep.
Listen to this. GBM Sports 4 minutes ago posted and still. Shakur Stevenson demolishes River Wilson Bent. The person who's running their social media, you should be ashamed of yourself. You haven't even read your own.
That's like the Terence Crawford, Kendrick Lamar. That one is.
Not really, no. not really, because they don't know boxers. This is a boxing person who works for that company. At least with
true.
that was MMA, that was UFC. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a news there.
Oh, there you go. So Lucas said 3, and then Jam said 3:30 to 4 a.m. is UK schedule time, live on Sky, because it's a top ranked card, isn't it? And then Jam's have got Baumgartner pursuing. Have we got any news on? I'm happy to cover Baumgartner against Pursuit, because I think it'll be on after Sandy against Michaela Meyer, but there's no UK broadcaster for it. Liam reckons it might be Fight TV, and then she said herself it was on Amazon Prime Videos, but I don't think we get that over here. But I would like to watch Baumgartner against Pursuit. Lucas said, Jay, a good signing for Izzy Shakur Stevenson. Don't tell Ed.
I believe they've got him a box in Sheffield tonight. I thought he were injured. I'm gonna post them on X now and ask him if how they got that scoop.
Yeah, that's fairly impressive for GBM.
That's how I could only afford to give a grand bonuses out tonight. He spent all his
he's blown all the budget on Shakur.
Can you imagine that though? That's that kid's biggest night, live on Channel 5, defending his title. He's just come off probably a career performance, and they tag Shakur Stevenson in it. Wow.
Yeah, that's we've got Alexander M, who's just joined us.
Is that because he ain't got X, or because they've just gone for the first Shakur? And I wouldn't mind. At least with Kendrick and Terrence, they look like each other. Shakur Thompson is about 3 foot taller than Shakur Stevenson. He doesn't even look like him. So they haven't even read their own post.
Alexander, and thanks for joining us, my friend. Charlie Edwards did win the fight fairly comfortably. We switched to the GBM card before I saw him get his hand raised, but obviously we're not allowed to play volume through the stream. But we scored it. It's hard to. I gave Thomas Essomba a round. Put it that way. It was a pretty dull fight. If you didn't get to,
that's all we could give it.
It's a pretty dull fight for if you didn't get to watch any of it. I wouldn't be in a rush to put that on with your coffee tomorrow morning if I were you. Just a bit of forewarning for that one.
Don't rush to watch it back. I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
Now. I'm trying to find Shaquille Thompson.
There's a buffet in there, Luca reckons. But yeah, I think, for what happened, Jay, with this, before we sign out, there was a weigh-in for Terry Harper and Rhiannon Dixon inside this arena, and then Eddie Hearn and Matchroom are going in this arena tomorrow night for the same fight. Because Eddie was sat ringside with Izzy Asif.
Here in Sheffield?
Yeah, he was sat next to him. Yeah, I saw it earlier.
Oh, I never saw that. I only watched.
But the weigh-in was at 7 p.m. So 3.5 hours ago, whatever. But it was in that arena. So the GBM card was going, but Terry Harper and Dixon were weighing in that arena. I'm not actually sure what happened or how it went.
No, I'm not myself, to be honest. I were. Sorry, I'm just. I'm still astounded by. Yeah, do you know
what GBM's X? If GBM want to pay Jay's fight talk a bit of money to run the X,
no, I haven't got the time. No, you can give me a job doing something else, but where I can leave my job to come work for you. But I ain't doing social media for no one. Shaquille's not even spelt the same. It's spelt with a K. I'm gonna. Is it? Do you want me to run your marketing, brother? That's what I do for a job.
Jay's fight talk will sort you out. Thanks very much, Confused Dahlia Flower, for joining us. Eddie doesn't pull the strings in that sense. Eddie's Matchroom Sport are on DAZN, but it'll be the DAZN executives that have got the GBM fights on DAZN. I think GBM used to kind of run on YouTube and that kind of thing, but then fairly recently, I think it was in the summer a few months ago, that they signed the deal with DAZN, which is great. So now for your DAZN subscription, you get, your Matchroom fights, your Golden Boy fights, and your GBM, and, multiple other promoters. Obviously, the Riyadh season events I know they're pay-per-view, but Canelo's last fight was a DAZN pay-per-view as well. But if you bought a subscription, they'll do you some sort of deal on it. But
get $1 off.
Yeah, Joe Markovsky, isn't it the name of the big wig at DAZN? He's the one who pulls all the strings on the deals, I believe.
Not sure.
Yeah, but it should be an interesting night, especially the Sandy Ryan versus Michaela Mayer fight. I mean, I've seen a lot of people online picking Michaela. Feel free to shoot on at any point, Jay. There's still 20 with us, so I'm game to do.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of Michaela Mayer fans. You know, you can't pick against Sandy Ryan. I don't care how good Michaela Mayer was. Her last fight, I think you thought she edged it. I would never say
I
that.
thought, yeah, it was close. It was close.
Yeah.
It was a great fight, actually, her and Tasha Jonas.
I watched it through rose-tinted glasses. I think I did watch that with a bit of bias, not British bias. I've got a little crush on Tasha Jonas, and I think I watched it. Just she could have got knocked out and she'd have won on points for me.
Yeah. Love it.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I just think that. But there were things that I saw from Mayer that night that she wasn't the same as what I'd seen her box before. She's really skillful. She's a decorated amateur, and she's got really crisp, polished boxing. And she sort of got drawn into more of a fight. And I think if she does that tonight or early hours in the morning with Sandy Ryan, she'll come unstuck, because Sandy Ryan can hit. She's a spiteful puncher.
Oh, she is. Yeah, she proved that against Terry in her last fight. I think Michaela Mayer was fairly hard done to against Baumgartner as well. I thought that was a really close fight as well. So
I do think she won that, I do think she won that fight. I was surprised.
Sorry, mate. I was going to say, do you know another thing? Like, Terry Harper's been fighting at like 147, 150 pounds now, and she was at 130 not long ago. Now she's at 135 tonight, and then Michaela Mayer's been fighting at like lower weights, and now she's moving. You know, the dude just transcend through the weights in the women's game, it seems. You know, like, it's not just.
And if men do that, I'm just saying how the perceptions are different. A lot of people will go, "How's he doing that? He's on PEDs. He's on." Do you get what I'm saying? It's a lot. I don't know. I'm not saying it's harder for men to go through the division. I think it's because there's not as many women in the division, so they've got to go.
Yeah,
they've got to fluctuate. They've got to fluctuate the weight to be able to get in and get shots like Terry Harper's done. Tasha Jonas. To watch Tasha Jonas, she's 3 weight divisions above a natural weight division as a world champion, is she not?
Yeah. Yeah. What weight is she at, Tasha Jonas?
Isn't she at welter? Isn't she at
she's definitely
like welter or something? But she's a super featherweight or something originally. I'm pretty sure she's lightweight or something.
Yeah, we'll just go for a couple more minutes because the crowd's so good. Let us know your predictions, guys, for Mayer against Sandy Ryan. And then you got Baumgartner against Pursoon. Have you any interest in that fight, Jay? Baumgartner returning.
It depends what Pursoon's got left. I don't like Baumgartner. She's a cheat. She won't admit she cheated. She blames everybody but herself. She's so blasé about it. It infuriates me.
Pete's commentating this. I didn't even. Sorry, mate.
No,
I didn't see that. No.
This afternoon, which is a big deal really for them, because he's he's a hot ticket. Is Nick and Adam. Nick don't work as much as Adam. I don't mean that in a like he can't get work.
Adam's got a big part in talk sport though, doesn't he, and stuff like that. Yeah. Adam's the anchor man. Nick kind of is the support guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's the depth in the women's sport. Luke says Mom's a weightlifting, did simulate a big stake and went up in weight. Yeah, it doesn't. I think with the 2-minute rounds and the lack of knockouts, I think it's more conducive to fluctuating and moving up in weights and that kind of thing. I think it's more dangerous when you've got 3-minute rounds and that kind of thing. You know, that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, I think Clarissa Shields has just done what? Heavyweight title or light heavyweight title?
Yeah, that was a farce. That Clarissa Shields latest fight, absolute farce.
But for me, because you'd never see you would have never seen Carl Froch stepping up to box Joshua, would you? That would never have. You know what I'm saying?
But,
that's what.
No, but that's literally the comparison. But obviously, just don't have the depth in the divisions for. It's basically like Carl Froch stepping up and fighting a club level heavyweight that drank 6 pints of beer before the fight. You know, that's
Alan Babbage then, yeah.
Wow, Jay's fight talk sent one for Alan Babbage before the end of the stream. Absolutely love it. So Jay, I'll see you then in a couple of hours. I'll keep an eye on things. I'll hold the fort down. I'm going to see if any of the 12 that are still with us want to have a little further chat. But I'll see you in a couple of hours, my man.
Right, brother. I'm going to get some food and some kip. I'll see you in a few hours. Thanks
Good
for joining.
I'll catch you later.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I'm happy to talk for a little longer for anyone who wants to chop it up about the fights this weekend. Obviously, Sandy Ryan against Michaela Meyer coming up tonight. That's probably the pick of the rest of the fights of the weekend. You've got 3 female main events. Terry Harper challenging Rhiannon Dixon for the WBO Lightweight Championship. And then you have Baumgartner's defending her undisputed. I think hers is super feather, 130 pounds, I believe, against Delphine Pursoon, who hasn't lost since her second defeat to Katie Taylor. Obviously, the first fight she had with Katie Taylor was very controversial. But unfortunately for her, she's touching 40 years old now. You know, she's probably had a long, hard career. Look, do you think it's intentional the women's actually had such a huge fight? It is interesting, mate, on in that regard, because the Baumgartner card, I think it is a full women's card. So I see what you mean. You know, obviously after the huge Joshua Dubois Riyadh season card last week, you know, are they trying to use the momentum off that? You know, there's new people probably come to the sport, new eyeballs that want to watch stuff this weekend. I don't know, probably, but I know obviously this fight, the Terry Harper fight, was meant to be it's meant to be Dalton Smith against Fernandez. Then it was meant to be Johnny Fisher against Rudenko, and they've kind of just had to throw this one together last minute because the card was just cursed. But especially the US cards most definitely seem to have been pre-planned before. I don't know if they were definitely announced after the Joshua fight, because Joshua Dubois was announced for like 4 or 5 months before it happened. So yeah, I think it could be a ploy, mate, if I'm being honest with you. It's a huge stage for Sandy Ryan even though it's only in the Hulu Theatre at Madison Square Garden, it's only in the small theatre, but it's a huge stage and huge opportunity for her. Thanks, Manu, for joining us. I'm not 100% on what's going on with that one, my friend, but thank you very much for joining anyway. I do appreciate it. Be anyone who's looking for a watch along for the fights later will be here. Liam and Jay, I think, will be joining me for both Sandy Ryan against Michaela Meyer, and we'll see about Baumgartner against Pursoon. We'll see how that one goes, but hopefully we'll definitely be at Sandy Ryan, Michaela Meyer anyway, and Sheffield tomorrow night for Rhiannon Dixon defending against Terry Harper. But obviously you have Brad Foster against Pete McGrail, I think, is the chief support to that one, and that should be a very good fight. Then you have Nick Ball is defending against Ronnie Rios in Liverpool next week. I'll most definitely be going live for that one for sure. Any MMA fans will be live for UFC 307 going through the night as well, if MMA is your thing. And then the week after, obviously building into the huge Saudi Arabia card. For me, the best fight in boxing right now, skill for skill, Artur Beterbiev against Dimitri Bivol. There's just no better fight in boxing right now. The intrigue behind that fight, just doesn't get any better than what's going to happen there. I've made my pick. I'm sticking with it now. I think Beterbiev gets him out of there late, but you cannot write off Dimitri Bivol. The guy is just unbelievable. Then you have on the undercard Chris Eubank Jr. is fighting Zerameta. Liam Cameron's fighting Ben Whittaker. You know, Fraser Clark against Fabio Wardley, the rematch. It's just going to be, the first ever female world title fight and the first ever female fight in a Riyadh season card. Sky Nicholson against the Omen Raven Chapman. Just a phenomenal card from top to bottom. Obviously, it's meant to have Joe Cordina against Shakur Stevenson on it as well. Luca, I'm all in for that one, mate. It's going to be just, I love that it's like, the boxer versus the puncher, but Beterbiev can box as well, and people are forgetting about that. That's the big thing for me in that fight. People are writing Beterbiev off. Obviously, the injury is a big factor, and I can see that, but Bivol is going in a slight favourite, and it's probably because of the injury to Beterbiev and his age and that kind of thing, but like I said the other night, mate, it's a long 36 minutes in there with Beterbiev without getting caught clean. if you can spend 36 minutes in a ring with Artur Beterbiev and not get punched clean in the face once, then you've done something incredibly right. And if Bivol can do that, I actually think that Bivol's going to be ahead on the cards when Beterbiev gets in, but he can use his feet. He can put, it's just, and Beterbiev's there to be hit as well. And during his career, he's struggled more with punches. Callum Johnson dropped him. Anthony Yard gave him a real fight when they fought. Callum Smith was a bit disappointing in January this year when they fought. There wasn't too much in that. But, against a genuine boxer like Bivol, who really isn't going to have too much knockout threat, I don't think. I know he stopped Malik Zinad in his last fight, but I just don't really see how the KO threat is there from Dimitri Bivol in this fight. I don't, but again, I could be wrong. If Bivol went out there and stopped Beterbiev, could stop him on an injury. Might not be fully fit, but we shall see on October the 12th. And then we've got Adam Azim against O'Hara Davis after that. So the schedule's really picking up. October's normally a good month. And this September was obviously phenomenal. Obviously, we're coming to an end this weekend for it. But AJ and Canelo both fighting in the space of 2 weeks was special. And Nahayo and Nue fought at the start of the month as well. So the sport's on fire. Just got to keep riding the crest of the wave at the minute. That's all we can do. But massive thanks to everybody who's joined myself and Jay for the live watch along tonight. Charlie Edwards obviously getting the job done, winning a fairly wide decision. I'm actually just going to double check the cards before signing out here because I need some sleep before the big shift later. Sorry, everybody, just checking these cards out. No, not been published by Channel 5 anyway. Well, Channel 5 or Wasserman haven't published the cards, which is great. I found them now. 117, 111, 116, 112, and 118, 111. What do you think about that, Luca? I think they're quite fair to Essomba, if I'm being honest. So one judge gave it by 6 rounds. One judge gave it by 4 rounds, giving it 8-4. The other one's giving it by 7 rounds. So he's given a 10-10 somewhere along the way, which I can't stand 10-10 cards either. But hey ho, the right winner in the end. They're great cards in comparison to the Willie Hutchinson one last week, and also the Josh Kelly against Ishmael Davis ones too. Yeah, definitely, mate. I completely agree with you there. I think Essomba didn't really do much for me until the last couple of rounds where he had to go, but he was gone from the fight before that. The fight was long gone out of him. But yeah, I'll leave it there for now, guys. Thanks very much to 743 of you that tuned in. Huge effort from everybody there. We'll be back in a couple of hours. Thanks to regulars such as Luca, Jams, who popped in. Thanks to the new people who've joined and subscribed as well. Really appreciate that. If you can drop the video a like as well. Make sure you subscribe to Jay's Fight Talk. The three of us will be back in probably 3 hours' time or so for Sandy Ryan against Michaela Meyer. We'll see if we can do Baumgardner. But wherever you are in the world, we've had America, Australia. So good morning, good evening. Obviously, everyone in the UK, thanks for tuning in. We shall see you in a couple of hours. Thanks, guys.